guys, you are watching the In Third Person comic book show. I'm Jet from inthirdperson.com, a website about video games, board games, comic books, and other nerdy pursuits. And I wasn't planning on doing a show about this particular subject, but there were some shipping conflicts with Marvel that gave the Death of Wolverine a bit of a gap between the first two issues and the last two issues, which gives us a little time to talk about what's happened so far in the Death of Wolverine. So this is going to be very spoilerific. So if you have not read it yet and you plan on reading it, just bail out now, go watch another one of my videos, because we're going to go all in on the first two issues of the Death of Wolverine. And so we'll start with the first one. I'm just pulling this up right here, the show and tell part of the show. First cover here, I gotta say, I love the heart. It's a harder cover. It's nice glossy finish. The art looks nice. And so it starts with presumably the end, Wolverine sitting on a porch looking like he's about to die. And then it flashes, I'm presuming back a little bit, with Wolverine and Mr. Fantastic just hanging out. And the Mr. Fantastic is giving Wolverine the rundown on his current situation, how his healing factor is gone. He could try to fix it, but it's going to take time, which is a problem because someone has put a hit out on Wolverine and wants him captured alive, and there's a big sum of money on the line, so everyone's gunning for him right now. And even if there wasn't a sum of money, like, Wolverine's made a ton of enemies along the way that have been waiting for this moment. So one other thing, let me take a step back just a little bit, because this really threw me off guard. Like, I was reading the Wolverine 3 months to die, 2 months to die, 1 month to die issues, and I gotta show them all here. I'm sorry about the glare. And I was expecting this to lead into some sort of epic battle between Wolverine and Sabretooth over some sort of sphere thing that could change reality. Like, no. They were hyping this up, oh, the lead up to Wolverine's big death. Like, no, these aren't connected at all, which is really upsetting because these were not that good, and I only bought them because I thought this was going to lead into the final act of Wolverine's life, and they totally don't. So, huge disappointment on these, just skip them. Like, quite frankly, based on the bits and pieces I've read of Wolverine since this book, where Wolverine Hunting Season, if you're looking for it, where he actually loses his healing factor, you can skip everything that happens after this and just go straight into this, and it will still make just as much sense. So, sorry to get sidetracked on that. Mr. Fantastic tells him, I'm going to need some time to help you sort this out. And in the meantime, some 2-bit thugs are trying to get at Wolverine, and he just beats the snot out of this one guy in particular. And he wants to know what's going on, who's put on the hit, and the one guy leaks that it was the orders came from Madripoor and Viper in particular. So we hop over to issue 2 now. Issue 2, Wolverine looking all scroungy at the front. And Wolverine sneaks onto Madripoor, a little bit of a disguise. He was looking pretty slick at the beginning of that issue. And he makes his way up to Viper, and she wants him to fight Sabretooth, who's been captured, looking like captured against his own will. And so Wolverine and Sabretooth duke it out, and then I think Wolverine wins. Then all of a sudden Lady Deathstrike comes out of the woodwork, and she whoops Wolverine's butt. And just before she is able to land some sort of death blow, Kitty Pryde shows up out of nowhere with the whole hand through the chest thing. And it kind of ends there. So, some initial thoughts on this. Like, having read bits and pieces of Marvel Now era Wolverine that's been pretty bad, this is a huge step in the right direction. Charles Soule is quickly becoming one of my favorite writers. I enjoyed him on, like, I remember him from Superman, Wonder Woman, and She-Hulk, and I believe I've got Wonder Woman's Future's End. I just picked this up. He writes that, and now he's working on Death of Wolverine, and this is a huge step up. I liked issue 1 more than issue 2, but as a whole, very impressed with where this is going. The art also is fantastic. I need to read who gives it. Steve McNiven, Jay Leaston, and Justin Ponsor. Uh, Great stuff on their part, I love how detailed and realistic they go with their approach, and it's awesome. So far the series is pretty good. It's the first time in a while where I was like, man, this is a great Wolverine story, and I'm really curious to see where it goes. Cause okay, Kitty Pryde's here. Marvel has shown off the previews for the third issue a little bit. It looks like Kitty Pryde and Wolverine at least get a little bit of time to talk things out, I'm guessing, before whatever final battle happens in the final issue. And I don't know. We'll go from there. Is it going to be Sabretooth that takes him out? Maybe Lady Deathstrike? Maybe Viper? Maybe it's something else. They do. One of my favorite little things that they do is there's a little nod to the Wolverine Logan story by Brian K. Vaughan at the beginning of issue 1. And it was just a nice touch to bring in a book that I thought no one cared for. So, or at least I didn't care for, but it was a great story that I don't see referenced back on much, and it got a nod here. So, thumbs up from me on that one. So, in the meantime, like, if Wolverine... Let me take a second to breathe here. Wolverine, Death of Wolverine, little bit of a break between issues 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You can go and pick up 3 and 4 either now or very soon from now. I don't know the exact dates off the top of my head, but you'll be able to wrap that up very soon, and then we'll come back and talk about how this thing ends and where it goes from here. Based on what I've seen of the release schedule, there is a lot more Death of Wolverine stuff coming up after this. And to be honest, I'm probably not going to read any of it. I'll stick with the major events, even event stuff in general. I've harped on this a few times on the show. Event stuff, I'm not too hot on. It just seems like a cash grab, but I'll stick with the main Death of Wolverine stuff because I like Wolverine, and then after that, who cares? I don't know. Then again, maybe in the next few weeks I'll be talking about all that stuff. So you'll just have to tune in next time to find out. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the Death of Wolverine as much as I am. This is pretty good, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this wraps up. So if you enjoyed the video, give me the thumbs up on YouTube. You can subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/JetInThirdPerson. And the website, you can go over there, learn some more stuff about video games, board games, comic books, other stuff. So that the website is inthirdperson.com. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you come back for the next edition of the In Third Person Comic Book Show. Later!